There we go. Okay. And here we go. Last time, after finally convincing the Clock King to allow them to help with the crises currently affecting the gnomish city of Home, our heroes decided to stop into the local chapter of the Draconic Protection League to gather any information about the happenings within Satellite City 1. Learning of the imminent threat from a local red dragon, our heroes were officially inducted as trial members of the society to help handle the issue however they saw fit. Then, they gathered supplies and joined Devlin Throttlelock to begin their long journey to the northern section of the Silver Sands. The trip was bumpy along the way, and danger lurked around every stone and shadow. About halfway through the journey, the caravan came to a sudden stop, as Devlin hit a basilisk that had damaged the group's transportation, and while trying to repair it, the sky was darkened by the form of a giant bird. Our heroes managed to severely wound the creature before it attacked, but it managed to pick up Aoi in its talons before flying off. She was saved, however, as a loud screech was heard over the rocky formations of the foothills surrounding the desert, and a powerful red dragon broke through the horizon and torched the bird, with Aoi still in its grasp. The young high elf plummeted to the ground, but was saved by Naran, Violet, Brad, and Red. With repairs made, our heroes eventually made their way to Sector 1, and met with the small town's administrator. Though met with some animosity from the town leader and the people, they discussed their plans to deal with the dragon problem. Now, as they have settled in for the evening at the local inn, the Iron Tempest prepares for the dangers that await them the next day.
Toasty!
Okay. I need... Actually, no. I don't want that.
Who was that gnome that we talked to, the mayor, or wherever? Who was he?
What was his name again? Hang on. Let me look at my notes. Sorry.
Yeah, the one that we walked into his house, and he's like, "What the fuck you doing here?"
His name is Dursley Fixcrank.
Yeah.
Alright, so, everyone settled in for the evening. You all had individual rooms, even though they were a little on the small side. You managed to sleep fairly well, so everybody got a long rest in. Unfortunately, no, Aoi, your hair did not grow magically overnight.
I didn't ask for, damn it.
I had a feeling it was coming.
I mean, you go to sleep, everything goes back to normal.
Except arms.
You're not a vampire.
Okay, so what would everybody like to do this morning? There is artificial light that seems to stream in from the top of this thing. They do have like a skylight, kind of, also. But it seems covered in some kind of metal mesh or something, probably to keep elements out from getting within the actual, tiny town itself. So there is light that seems to be streaming through your windows as you wake up in the morning, of some kind, anyway.
Is this like a bed and breakfast? Go down and eat breakfast?
Nobody asked, so you don't know.
No. I get up and kind of head downstairs to the front desk and ask if they serve breakfast here.
I mean, yeah, we serve it, but you gotta pay for it.
Okay, what's the menu?
Let's see. We got basilisk bacon.
Basculus?
Yeah, we got some like fried snake eggs.
Eggs and bacon it is.
We got vulture.
Just give me a plate of bacon and eggs.
Okay. He fixes you up a plate of some really weird looking meat. You're not really sure. He said it's basilisk, but you've never eaten something like this before, so okay. And the portion of the eggs is kind of small as well.
I timidly eat the eggs and bacon.
Hey, you gonna pay for it?
Of course, how much is it?
2 silver.
I'll give you 4 if it's cooked well done.
Okay. Takes the plate back quickly and starts to cook it well done. And he returns it back, and it's in fairly good condition still, just a little bit warmer.
You did say 3 silver, right?
I
Originally?
said 2, you said 4.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 3. I'm sorry.
Okay. What would everybody else like to be doing?
Can I check the file again for specifically what kind of red dragon it is and its lair? Is it like a warm area or anything like that?
Roll another intelligence check. Thanks.
Am I Banks right now?
Your Banks.
Gonna have to reroll that then. Yeah, that's better.
Good. Yeah, you can't really get much details on the actual layer itself. Not within this report. It does make note that the administrator would probably know more. As far as like the general area. So maybe you would want to ask him.
That's probably what I'm gonna do. Head down. Try to ask the administrator for more information.
Is there like an innkeeper in this place?
There is.
I'm going to go to the innkeeper.
Okay. Tybalt, you head downstairs. Brad, you head down as well and head to the innkeeper. Morning.
Hi. I was wondering where the best place to eat is in this place.
He kind of looks around. Here.
Is there any other places to eat?
No, I mean, we're not that big of a town. This is really all we've got.
No, I'm just asking. Okay, well, thank you. So I'm gonna go to the kitchen,
Can I get you?
wherever everybody's eating.
Can I get you something?
Yeah, what do you have?
Got some bacon, quote unquote.
It's not bad.
I'll take some of the bacon.
Make sure you're well done.
What else do you have?
We got some vulture meat that we have cured. I have a nice breakfast salsa made from cactus.
Oh, what comes with that?
I have a nice plate of chips that we've bred from corn that we actually are able to grow in here.
I'll have that. Large.
Okay. He writes down an order, throws it back into the kitchen, and after a little bit, he brings out a nice large bowl full of this very interesting looking green substance and a large plate of chips beside it. Now, here you go.
Alright, cool.
One silver.
I throw him a
Piece of gold?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Jesus. You want bacon? Talking to him.
Please.
Alright, he puts another order back in, and eventually you do get a plate of this weird looking meat as well, and several little portions of eggs.
Thank you. How much?
2 silver.
How much is information?
Depends on what you want to know.
You know about the dragon.
Dragon? Oh. No, I don't deal with that, buddy.
Alright, I give him 2 pieces of silver.
All I can really tell you is that people have been going missing since that thing was stumbled upon.
Like, do more people go into his lair, or is he coming out to hunt them?
Not really sure on that aspect. There have been a few people that have been trying to go in there and not coming back, and then, of course, there have a few people that have just been going into the mines and not coming back either, so...
And the administrator is my best person to talk to.
Yeah, probably. He might have all the information on that.
Do you know where he's at currently?
Probably still in his house this early in the morning.
Thank you. I give him another 2 pieces of silver, by the way.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy your breakfast, as he does air quotes.
I'm just gonna eat the bacon.
Alright, I need you to make a con save.
Uh-oh.
Not again.
You're not feeling great?
What is this bacon made out of?
Basilisk.
Did you just poison me?
I mean, I did tell you it was made out of basilisk.
I missed that part.
Your friend's not having any problems with it. Of course, he got his well done, so... Yeah, you're starting to feel... Good.
I told you to get an extra
I'm gonna take an
cooked.
antivenom.
Okay. You were feeling a little bit woozy there for a moment, Tybalt, but then, like, before you were able to throw up whatever poison was in your body, you take a shot of that antivenom, and yeah, you start feeling okay again, so you're not going to suffer any effects from it. And you're protected from the poison for the next 2 hours, so... Yeah, resistance.
I'm gonna go find this administrator to get more info on this dragon. You guys gonna stay here or coming with?
No, I'll come with you. I want to know what we're up against and
Yeah.
if we can get any specific equipment, prepare for it.
Aren't you guys supposed to be meeting with him this morning anyway?
Yeah, I guess so.
Definitely downstairs now.
I just want to get this over with and get out of this satellite.
I mean, this place isn't so bad, except for the questionable food. He's kind of eyeing his own plate of bacon and eggs now. I had a couple of friends that used to live here.
I wouldn't eat that.
I mean, I've had worse try and kill me. I don't think a plate of bacon's gonna do me in. Yeah, he's good.
I'm watching. Oh.
Chewy. Alright, so, Violet, what are you doing?
I'll come down and breakfast. I'm gonna look over to see what everybody else is eating at this point. I'd like to think I came down kind of with the general group here. I just didn't want to interrupt anybody. I'm just gonna eat my own rations. I'm not gonna go through what I just watched.
Okay, yeah. Neron and Tybalt and Devlin all have a plate of bacon and eggs that looks questionable. Tybalt's not having a good time with it, but Neron and Devlin look alright with it. Brad has some kind of, like, weird-looking green salsa that looks pretty good, actually.
You know what, fuck it, I'll get that. I'll get what Brad's having. How much?
1 silver.
I'll toss him 2.
Alright. Holy crap, you people are... You know, even though you look funny, you pay good. He puts in another order, and you get a large bowl of this cactus salsa.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly refreshing. There's little subtle hints of cilantro and lime throughout it, and you get this much cooler, crisper taste than what you normally would with the tomatillos that are supposed to be in it. But it's very nice.
Delish.
Okay. So, I guess he was expecting you guys to leave out early, so if you want to talk to him again, we can do that, just to kind of clarify some things.
I'd like to. As much information as possible. You can get on this dragon, the better.
I would completely agree. So, you all finish your plates. Innkeeper just looks at all of you and just leave them on the table, I guess. And as you head out into the actual town that is being called currently Sector 1, it doesn't have an actual name. Again, the light is, streaming through overhead slightly. You do notice that there is an aperture that can close at the top to keep, any sand or anything from getting in whenever they do go underground. It's a fairly bustling town. From the time of day that you all came in last night, there was not that many people out. But you do see several families of gnomes that are playing with their children out in the streets. Gnomish miners who are running, back and forth to various what look like hatches that seem to be going into the ground itself. There's a few workstations where they seem to be gathering tools and things. There is one armory that looks to have some simple weapons inside of it just in case they need those. And there is a small trading district that seems to have just some general provisions for whatever they find in the area, or for anything that the miners themselves need. The town itself is very closely packed with these smaller dome buildings that seem to kind of come out of the actual side of the satellite itself. And then there are some other like makeshift metallic buildings in the middle that seem to be much larger. Even though they're more ramshackle, more thrown together, they seem to be a better living space. Kind of like a small shanty town, but better put together, we should say. Yeah, I mean, this place isn't so bad. I used to have some friends that live here, actually. Quite a long time ago.
Where are they now?
Oh, they all moved back to home. I had two of them that actually went into the college. Got into a thaumaturgical research trying to infuse arcanotech. Which, you know, I dabble in a little bit, but not to the extent these guys do. It's crazy.
What exactly are they mining?
As far as I know, right now they found a vein of iron ore. I think... Rumor, based on the reports that I heard from the Clock King before we left, there might be a mithril vein under wherever we're supposed to be going. Which...
That stuff is pretty rare.
It's extremely rare, and if we can get our hands on that, there's no telling what we could do with it. So I can kind of understand why they want to try and get through this place.
So the mithril vein is most likely past the Red Dragon?
More than likely. As far as I know, based on the information we were given, they were trying to get through this stronghold, but they can't burrow through it because it's made out of rock. I've sent a couple people in to try and investigate, but they haven't come back, so... And, of course, Dragon.
So, if there's mithril there, why isn't the Draconic Protection League making this more of a priority?
Because that's not what they do. If there's an imminent threat to the people's lives or livelihoods in the area, that's when they get called in. And especially if it's, scaly. Not to use a slur for present company or anything.
So the miners that have gone, you said miners have gone missing? Or are this the people that are going for the dragon that have gone missing?
Best I can tell, it's both.
Okay, so you got two problems. Okay. Alright. So, which problem do we want to attack first? Well, I guess we need to find out more of what's going on with the miners. Interesting. Okay.
We'll say after walking for probably about 10 minutes or so, again, this place is not that large, you do come to that larger domed house in the back of the satellite itself. This does seem to be the main administration office, as well as where this guy lives. Obviously, y'all found that out last night when you barged into his home.
I guess I knocked this time.
Okay. As you knock on the door with a large metallic door, you just hear a dum dum dum, and this, you hear behind the door, I'm coming, give me just a moment. And eventually, the door opens, and you see the same man that you saw yesterday evening, except now he is not in evening attire. He's actually wearing what looks to be some kind of leather armor over his chest and a helmet on. looks to be some kind of like worker's helmet. Ah, morning! Oh, it's you lot. Okay, did you sleep well?
Beds were kind of small, but other than that, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry I couldn't really provide you with anything appropriate. That's all we got. So,
So, we're here to take care of your little mining problem. We're hoping you can give us a little bit more information than what we have. Other than, let's say, Red Dragon.
Right. So, I can't really afford to send many people with you, so you're going to have to do it on your own, I think. So, for the actual situation, what we have here is, there was a dwarven fortress that has apparently been dug up. We were looking for coal and iron in this area. Heard that there was quite a bit of it that we hadn't tapped yet, so while we were poking around, we found this place. It's this large underground fortress. Unfortunately, the stone walls are too thick for us to bust through. We would be able to get through it, but we'd have to actually go in. Now, based on readings we're getting, there's supposed to be really rare metal in there. Just past the back of it. My thoughts is, this place is built here for a reason.
Which direction does this fortress head into?
Let's see, it heads about to a little to the north. Northeast.
Also, what happened to the dwarves that lived there?
Oh, they've been dead for years. I'm assuming, anyway. I mean, I'm no architect. I'm sure you can probably find some more information while you're down there. These ancient dwarven societies pop up all over the place. We occasionally build our own towns out of them. Matter of fact, you know that, you ever heard of that the big town that in the middle of the continent, was it the main city of Borgata?
Yeah, we've heard of it.
Yeah, it's built on a dwarven stronghold.
Interesting.
Yeah, very good foundation if you're trying to build a town or a city. This one, however, like I said, I think it actually did have a purpose here. We just don't know for sure, and would be interested to find out if we could. But the immediate threat we have here, we do want to try and get in there to that special vein, but it's yeah. Anyone we keep sending in, they don't come back out, and we haven't seen either hair of anyone. We started about a week ago trying to figure out ways into the actual fortress itself, and with no luck. So as far as the direct efforts go, as far as the dragon, and this is my assumption that the beastie is in there. We have had miners that go missing when they go out to the surface to try and get into their mines. And people have definitely seen this, that it's pretty common for them to get grabbed.
What can you tell us about the dragon?
It's big, mean, breathes fire.
Do you know any weaknesses?
I don't know next to nothing about fighting dragons. All I know is it's been killing good people around here. And I have my suspicions that it's actually guarding what we're after down there too.
Yeah, red dragons could be kind of dicks.
Are there any, like, stories about what that dwarven place used to be?
We don't know. As I'm saying, it just kind of popped up. We were supposed to have a historian come out and look at it, but obviously with the communication problems, we haven't got anyone yet. Explorers Union must be a little bit tied up now, I think. But like I said, if you can find any information while you're down there, that would be quite helpful, actually.
The route between and there. Is there anything we need to know? In particular.
The route itself isn't that dangerous. There are a few mining tunnels that we used when we actually stumbled across the place. Nothing too scary in there, and you should be fine getting there. It's the actual fortress itself that we've been having issues with.
Is there anything in the fortress other than the dragon?
We've seen a few small creatures that have been running around on the outside.
Such as?
Small little red lizard people.
When you say small, how small?
Tiny, very, very small. It's smaller than me, actually. I think they... what do they call them? They got the big ears. The kobolds, I believe.
That would make sense since they worship dragons.
Huh. Well, there you go.
Have you tried to talk to them?
None of us can speak Draconic. Which is part of the reason why we put in a request to DPL. We don't really have any way to handle this situation here.
So, what have you been doing here while you can't do anything?
Well, we've been mining for other resources. The iron and coal is still coming in fairly well. Matter of fact, our stores are filling out quite nicely, but I do have one extra storehouse that I would like to fill with mithril if I can get my hands on it.
And do you know of any other problems with any of the other satellites?
Since communications went down, we don't know.
Before communications went down, were there any problems that were arising?
Not that I could tell. It was business as usual, best that I know. I know... Let's see, what was it? Was it 4 was supposed to be out watching 3 and 6? Or was it 5? I don't remember. Each of them had found some larger veins of iron that they were going out to look for. Let's see, the college was out doing speculation experiments. Nothing too crazy out there. I think they were trying to use the batteries we've been working with to try and extend our rangefinders. Yeah, as far as actual problems, I'm not sure. Before communications went out, everything was business as usual. If you want, I do have the location of where Thor was last seen.
That'd be great.
How long ago was this?
That's probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Now, if they haven't moved, that's good on us. I mean,
Why would they move while communications were down?
no, they're not supposed to. Their directive, if anything happens to communications, is to stay in place for a recovery team to try and come and help them. If they have moved, well, it must have been a real emergency. So, hopefully they're still in the same place.
Okay, if you can give us that location.
Sure. We'll just say it's a little thank you for helping us with this issue. He will write down on a piece of paper the coordinates of where Satellite 4, its last location, was.
I give it to Darius.
Darius?
The fucking gnome that's with us.
Oh, Devlin?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, where'd Darius come from? Okay, cool. Yeah, so we can look into this, I guess, after we take care of this issue.
Yeah, we're also going to need, I guess, directions to the lair, or what do you think the lair / Dwarven fortress is?
Oh, right. So the south and southeast tunnels, they both connect to a larger one that cuts back north. Those hatches are down here, southern part of town. I just talked to the foreman there. I'm sure he'd allow you in if you told him I sent you.
Are we going to need anything other than your word?
Hey, you shouldn't.
Because, you guys don't seem to like us.
Look, I'm a little more open-minded than most people around here, but you gotta understand, folks here, they don't get out much. And you lot, as he kind of like waves his finger over all of you, you look a little weird.
Weird how?
That's just hurtful.
But they're not gnomes.
There's a whole world out there that aren't known, man.
Thankfully.
Just saying, these people just want to work and get on with their lives. They don't really care about anything else.
You guys lead sad, sad lives.
Yeah. It's not much, but it's honest work.
Faster we can deal with this, we can get out of this fucking hellhole.
I wouldn't call it a hellhole unless you're actually staring a dragon in the face, but we do appreciate the help with the issue, though.
Do you guys need any provisions before we leave?
Do you know what's good against red dragons?
Fire resistance. I look at Brad and smile. He doesn't see that.
No, I don't think I need it.
Do you guys have any like gnomish gear that's good, like resist fire, sitting around here anyway?
Not here, really. No, we don't deal with stuff like that.
Hmm.
I guess we're off.
Well, can you guys hear me?
Now,
Can
Okay.
now.
have you been trying to talk?
Weird. Sort of.
We can hear you now, so there you go.
What do you guys use against red dragons around here? Or anything against dragons?
Hang on, give me 1 second. I need to look for something quickly.
Nope, not allowed.
Because where did OBS go? There it is.
With OPP?
I lost it and got scared.
I ate OBS.
Okay, sorry. Let's go with that again. Okay, so what were you guys asking?
What do you guys use against dragons around here?
Don't?
So it doesn't come near town?
Well, it comes near town, but the roof keeps it from actually attacking us. It doesn't seem to actually be attacking us directly, though. It just keeps picking people off that keep going out into the desert.
Yeah, that sounds like a dragon doing dragon shit.
Hey, it's dragging out, apparently.
So you guys want to get going to its lair or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go ahead.
Might as well go see what's happening that way.
All right. Hopefully we don't die. We'll see you when we get back.
All right, good luck. Cutteray, watch over you. I hope you don't get barbecued.
Do you have any special cloaks that are fire resistance or anything?
I believe one of your friends just asked about that. No, we don't.
Okay.
All right, so they're talking with the administrator. You all leave his apartment, house thing. What do you want to do from this point?
I guess head toward the Dwarven mine. or fortress or whatever.
We heading to the fortress or to the cave?
I think the cave is toward the fortress. We just gotta get past the dragon first, if I understand correctly. So I guess we're going up toward that cave.
And
Don't
so we
know.
went.
So much wonderful input, guys. Good job.
Well, I don't know if anybody else needs anything to do before we go. I think we've heard multiple times that people are ready to go.
All right. Okay, so I guess it's south part of town.
All right.
Did Carson say something there?
Yeah, you said something about heading to the south part of town.
Oh, it was just really dead quiet, and you responded. I didn't hear anything that he said. Let me restart Discord real quick. He's been kind of cutting up for me, just little bits here and there, but that was bad.
I heard him just fine.
I think my mic's going out also.
Say something for me, Carson.
Hello?
Okay, that's better.
I think my mic's going out.
That's possible, but I don't know. I didn't have any problems. Oh well. So if you could repeat that last thing that you'd said.
He was just saying that the entrance in the south part of town.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got rations. I've got water. Let's go try to make friends.
Really want to try and make friends with a red dragon?
Well, I mean, it's his home, isn't it?
I guess.
I mean, you have a house, don't you?
I mean, I guess.
Wouldn't you feel it rude if somebody just came in and said, I want your shit?
True, but I'm also not a dragon.
Now that just sounds racist.
Not to, make light of the actual situation here, but have you met us?
I mean, that's fair. I don't know. I'm confident Brad can do it. Isn't that right, Brad?
Won't know until we try.
Maybe he's related to you.
Yeah, we're all related in some way.
Now that's racist.
More like incest.
I don't know. I felt it philosophical.
We're fucking dragons, you moron.
But we all came from the same place.
Yeah,
It's deep.
fucking dragons.
Are you a dragon?
I mean, I'm not a dragon.
Then shut up and take us there.
Fine. Devlin just throws his hands up. Alright. So as you guys are walking down through town, kind of out on the outside edge, you eventually come to a what looks to be a staging area of sorts for one of the larger mining shafts in the area. The way these shafts work, as I said before, you did see a few miners that kept going in and out of little hatches in the ground. There are offshoot shafts that they can go into to, try and find additional resources if they think that there's stuff out there. But there are main shaft areas that they use as kind of central thoroughfares going into the ground that they have dug within these certain places. And these entrances, which are actually a part of the satellite itself, kind of act as like gateways or, filter areas to try and handle the workflow, handle any of the resources coming in and out of the ground. Just, your basic workplace, basically. There is scaffolding all over the place. You see gnomes working on what looks to be some kind of various steam work. There's drills and things that they seem to be patching up. A couple of miners are sitting around talking, just, shooting the ship, just waiting for stuff to happen. And you do notice a rather a larger for a gnome man with a large bushy gray beard and mustache, who seems to be kind of pointing orders towards several of the miners as he's kind of looking over a clipboard.
That must be the foreman.
I guess. Looks like him.
He's the guy we got to talk to let us in, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to let us in. I guess we could try.
Okay. I go over there and say hello, foreman.
As this large, well, I should say huskier gnome kind of looks up at you. Under this big bushy beard, his eyes gaze up and, "Hi!"
Hello. We were told we had to talk to you to let us into the mining shaft.
You want to go into the shaft? Why do you want to do that?
We're hunting Dargan.
Hunting dark? Oh, you're going to take care of that problem. Huh, okay. I got a few people in there right now, and I kind of don't want them to get roasted. Let's see. Who sent you?
The administrator?
What, Dursley?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I guess let me pull my boys out of there.
When was the last time someone made contact with this thing?
We stopped trying. It was probably 2 or 3 days ago that we just stopped sending people in there. As far as that far in.
And no one you sent in came back out, right?
Nope. Haven't seen hide nor hair. We've stopped sending people up to the surface too because they keep getting grabbed by that big, scaly thing. So for the most part, work's being done underground right now.
And other than the dragon, it's pretty safe in there, or?
Well, the main tunnels are safe, and the tunnels getting there are pretty okay. I suppose you could go check some of those smaller tunnels if you want, but I don't know if that would be suggested.
Why is that?
Oh, those are the ones that tend to collapse sometimes. They're just being built, so we don't really have them in place yet.
Okay, so we'll still steer clear of those. Is it a pretty straight shot to the dragon?
Now, to get to the fortress, go down to the end of the main tunnel, and then I need you to take a left, a right, and then another left, and it curves back around to the north, and then probably after...
Wait, hold on. Can you say that again?
Take a left, a right, and then another left.
Okay, left, right, left. I got that.
And then it curves back around to the north.
Then what?
After probably about, I'm going to say half a mile, you'll see the place. It's pretty hard to miss.
Okay, hopefully we don't get too lost in there. If we do get turned around, what's our best bet?
Pray?
I was afraid you were going to say that. Okay.
I mean, honestly, I can't do anything for you if you get lost in the mines.
What can you do for us while we're in the mines?
Pray? He's kind of like sitting there scratching his beard.
Okay, I guess pray for us.
Okay. Kellery's blessings on you, and I hope you take care of this issue.
We are going to do our best.
All right. As he kind of bows to you, he leans over the railing. Okay, hey Charlie! Hi Charlie! As you see all of the gnomes like instantly look up at him. Sorry. Get the boys out of the shaft!
That's what she said.
Giggity.
Giggity.
But you immediately start seeing all these gnome workers who were just standing around, not really doing anything at the moment, start moving as hurriedly as they can to start opening the doors and moving tools around. You see a couple of them run in and you hear some yelling down in the actual shaft itself, and eventually you see more of them run out. And as they all kind of stand around staring at you, all these people just looking at all of you with disdain and confusion.
Man, you guys got to work on your race relations.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
Are we going in?
I guess.
Is this another so we went?
Do y'all need me to
we did.
Do y'all need me to come with you, or do you want me to stay up here and try and handle communications?
No, you're coming with us.
Okay.
Yeah, we need a sacrifice. I mean, a guide.
I don't like how you phrase it.
We need somebody familiar with the tunnels.
And why do you need me then?
Somebody familiar with tunnels.
That's racist.
I mean, you know the area better than us.
I haven't been to this particular section of the sands ever. I mean, yeah, I hung out in the town a couple times, but not here.
So what if you stay back? What are you going to be doing?
I mean, I can talk to you guys if they give you the communicator.
Oh, okay, let's do that.
It's short range, so it works within town.
So once we're in the mines, it won't. Once we're like past the mines in town, once we're past the town in the mines, we're not going to be able to communicate with you anymore.
I mean, unless you have any kind of spell for longer distance communication, but if you have this, we can at least, talk till you get there.
All right, I guess you can hang out up here. What's the point of you dying too?
If you need me to go, I can go. I mean, I might be able to provide a little extra firepower. He's going to pass the gun on his side.
It's up to you. I'm gonna let you make this choice. Like, you may die if you come with us.
Let's see what he wants to do. Yeah, probably best if I stay back here just in case something happens to you guys.
Okay, can you grab us a communicator or something?
Sure. He hands you a small crystal. It's blue and it pulses a little bit, and it seems to have some kind of like metallic fitting on it. Yeah.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, ow. It's like there's a ringing in his ear. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it works.
Alright, I guess let's get going. We'll yell if we need something.
Alright, good luck down there.
So this is the main shaft leading down into the mine, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I...
Brad, any idea how we're gonna negotiate with the Red Dragon?
How are we gonna do what?
How are we gonna negotiate with the Red Dragon?
Well, we have to. I'm guessing. See exactly what he's mad about. Just try and figure it out.
Okay, sounds good. We do really want those blueprints, though. That are in his lair.
Do what?
We want the blueprints that are in his lair, so we're going to have to negotiate for those as well.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out if he's actually willing to negotiate at all. Never know. May not be in the mood.
I need dungeon music. Can't hear that. There we go.
Nope, too spook. Gonna wait outside now.
This
Music's
is
too
very
spooky.
ominous, man.
So,
There's music. You're playing music?
I'm always playing music.
Okay, I need to restart Roll20 then. That's what's messing me up.
Is that what's messing you up?
I have no clue.
So, as they open the crank to this large door that leads into this main mine shaft, you hear it open with a as it swings open with a creak. You feel this kind of foggy air and dust that rises up out of the ground as it kind of billows out around your feet.
So long, farewell.
Welcome back.
Yes.
And as you start to actually move into the mines themselves, you feel this cool air wrapping around you as you start to head deeper and deeper underground. The mine itself is not lit, for obvious reasons. Good lord.
God.
What was that?
Yid? Yid, you sound like a robot.
Yeah, he sounds like a Decepticon. Get him!
Now I'm really spooked. I'm going back to the entrance, and I'm staying there. I guess technically we haven't gone in, so I'm not going in. Declared.
I hope I'm okay.
Nope, you're not.
No.
I'm squaggy.
You sound like Alvin the Chipmunk's got a role as Optimus Prime.
I don't know what's going on.
Interference. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we literally cannot understand a word you're saying, so try restarting Discord again.
Have you tried turning
Whatever
it off
you-
and back on again?
Whatever you just did, revert whatever you just did.
I did nothing.
Famous last words. I want whatever he's having. I didn't do anything.
That's
Well,
New
clearly
Jersey.
something changed.
That's New Jersey for you.
The governor of New Jersey just shut everything down.
Leave your Discord.
Including Discord.
Including Discord.
There you go. Okay.
Hey!
Hey!
So wait, if I disconnect and reconnect, my voice goes chipmunky?
I don't think so.
So yeah, back to the joke about the lights. It's because we can see in dark, right?
Oh, I have dark vision. I feel like this isn't the time to make that comment, but now that it's been brought up.
I mean, yeah. All of you except for Ren can see what they're doing, so.
Wait, who?
Ren?
Are you sure about that?
Well, Ren's not even here, so we're good.
But she's there with you guys. Technically.
In spirit.
How are you gonna handle this dungeoning, by the way? Considering he's going to miss a dungeon until, like, he gets on later.
Mm.
Brutal.
We'll see.
We walk to the end.
So as you're making your way through this tunnel, Ren needs a little bit of help because she can't see. Actually, she'll cast light if that's okay with you guys.
Can I let her borrow the dark vision goggles?
Do you have them?
Yeah, they're always with me. They're in my little purse.
Okay, yeah. She can put them on.
I'll toss her the goggles.
Okay. She'll put them on. Now all of you see a tunnel full of gray rocks because none of you can see color.
Oh,
Wow,
wait, if
Brad.
she's got NVGs, she can see things pretty well then, huh?
It's not how those work in this, though.
Oh.
It just gives you dark vision, which means it lets you see without seeing color, so...
Sounds broken.
Do I see color? Is it still gray?
Yeah, you see everything clearly because warlocks. But yeah, Tybalt, as all of you are progressing forward, you notice that there's pickaxes and things that are just strewn along the ground. There's a few mine carts. There's some rails that move deeper into the cavern. As you're walking by, you do also see several like offshoot shafts that go further out into the desert, wherever they go.
But those are probably the ones you were talking about that weren't finished and they dropped.
More than likely. These are the speculation tunnels that they use to actually just, kind of like, I think there might be something here, so I'm going to dig this way. That's what they're doing, basically.
Okay, I guess we should stay the course. I'm also going to put the tech magic up. Let me know if I see anything like magically.
Okay. As you all are walking, I need a marching order, and who is in front?
Hey, Blair, you want to lead?
Did you say Brad?
Hey, Bear.
Yeah, sure. Let's
You
go.
want to lead?
Are you sure? I mean, they say not to steal people's thunder, but
Brad, it is.
this seems horribly thought out.
Son, I'm going to show you something you've never seen before.
I hope you do. Lead the way, Sensei.
Okay, so... Brad, I need you to make first a perception check.
I'll go last.
No way! No way! You just did that. You can't write this. You can't write it.
Oh my
How good can he see?
Don't you remember he can taste colors?
He can smell them. He can taste them. He does what he wants. How does that make you feel, Carson?
I feel a disturbance in the force.
So apparently Brad is part bat now.
Is he clicking his tongue as we go down?
He's just like screeching like ee. Don't eat him, you'll get the coronavirus. Anyway. So, somehow, Brad, as you are leading this group, this is quite literally the blind leading the blind. Actually, this is the blind leading those that can see. I don't know. Anyway.
This is Kangaroo Court.
Yeah. So, as you're making your way down this tunnel, Brad, you can feel out around you. And you notice that there is a split in the road as you walk forward.
I'm going to turn around and say the road splits here. Even
Go
though they
left.
can probably see that.
How did he know that?
Brad, actually, as you're kind of like feeling out, looking at things, it's kind of a forced sense, and as you start walking to the right, you feel a tap on your shoulder, and you hear Volda in your head. Dude, no, it's the other way.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay. I'm left-handed anyways. We're going to the left, guys.
Guys, he's juking us out.
And I guess
Yes.
Tibble can confirm there. So, yeah. You start making your way down the tunnel. As it starts going deeper and deeper in, you start seeing less and less equipment, as this is the area that's starting to be not as explored. Brad, I need you to make a... Tybalt, are you going to give him the directions at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Left, right, left.
Okay. Then, Brad, I need you to make a survival check.
Love of God, just do another nat 20. Really stick it to the man. Oh, that was almost a 19. I call malarkey.
Brad, you turn right, and you were staring in front of a wall.
This is not it.
It was almost cool.
Tybalt, you see that he has turned probably 10 feet too quick.
I straighten him back out and point and slap him on the hand.
How many paces?
10 or so paces.
Damn, let's go.
Brad, you walk forward 10 paces and you run into a wall.
Go
sure?
right now.
10 paces is like 30 feet, not 10 feet.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna take point and go.
Okay, Tybalt, you're in front now.
All right.
You get it next time, Brad.
I'm
Are
going
we
to
at
keep
another
my
fort?
hand on his shoulder
Okay. Brad's got his hand on your shoulder. Tybalt, where are you going?
for reasons.
Are we at the fork now or no?
You are at the second fort currently. Well, yeah, as you guys...
We're gonna go right.
Okay, turning right. And again, as you start getting further and further in, it starts getting colder the farther underground you get. Obviously, and at this point, you don't see any more mining equipment. It almost looks like they've stopped coming down this far. There's really not even any more offshoot tunnels. You see a couple every once in a while, but they don't look that deep.
I'm gonna have Bing scout out like 50 feet ahead.
Okay. You send him forward, and he just kind of looks around. Yeah, it's a mine. What am I looking for here?
Let me know if you see anything out of the ordinary. Just stay 50 feet ahead of us.
There you go, Banks. Finally, you see something. Oh shit! Wait, what was that?
You see something?
Something kind of went around the corner and crawled into a hole.
How big was it?
Not too big.
What was it?
Look, kind of scaly.
Was it a kobold?
Probably a bass.
Yeah, probably a basslet. And with those rolls, that's probably it. It
It looked red.
Tibble, can your imp see colors?
Yeah, you can see colors. He's a devil.
You never know.
Alright, I guess we should watch our guard in case it's like a kobold ambush or something.
Alrighty, so you're going to take a stealthy pace at this point, or an observant one?
An observant one, yeah.
Okay. So as you all start moving a little bit more slowly, Tybalt, you being up front at this point, I need you to make a survival check with advantage. As you're walking forward, you do notice on the ground, it looks like a small hole that has been hastily covered up.
I pointed out. Can that be a trap? Anybody know how to check for those?
What kind of trap is it?
I don't know. Is it magical?
No, there's no magic coming off of it whatsoever.
I don't know. It may not be a trap. It just looked like a hole that was quickly covered up.
I would just leave it alone.
Okay. there we go.
Ha!
Are there any traps?
Well, that works.
There's
Are you
definitely a
ready?
trap in the area.
Are there any other traps?
Uh, yeah.
You learn the general nature of the danger posed by it. That's actually kind of cool.
So yeah, Naran, as you kind of feel out in the area around you, you definitely sense danger, for sure. Of the impaling type, and you know that there is a trap somewhere in this place. It just feels like there's something wrong here.
Of the impaling.
Yeah. I sense a bunch of sticks. If we trip the trap.
Alright, so don't step on this area. And I point it out.
Okay.
I step over it.
Okay. You can actually walk around it fairly easily. It looks like it was actually kind of on the
Cool.
outside. Yeah, so you guys can actually make your way around it. It wasn't very hard to find. Wasn't very hard to get around. And as you start walking forward, you do start to notice more things like this. These strange indentations in the ground that look like they might be dangerous.
Is there any way we can tell who made them or anything like that? Or is there any evidence left?
I'd say roll investigation if you want to on one of the traps. These look very similar to what you saw in the tunnels in Zento.
In where?
In Zento, the make is extremely similar to the tunnels in Zento, as far as the traps go.
These look exactly like the traps in the tunnel. And I believe those were made by kobolds, right?
Oh wait, roll with disadvantage. Because you didn't actually experience those.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't there.
You don't know.
Alright, keep walking around these traps.
For all you can know, they could be left over from the dwarves that were here before. The gnomes themselves might have put them there.
Just keep pointing them out.
Okay, I guess we keep going at a slow pace looking for that type of trap.
Okay.
Or anything else that might be disturbed.
Yeah. Eventually, the range of your spell does wind out, Naran, but you guys are so good at finding where these things are. You do see several more, probably about 5 or 6 more.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Was he supposed to roll investigation again or survival?
Oh yeah, that
The
was
same.
survival.
Okay.
Huh, way to go, Dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still not high enough though. So changes from your wild speculations as to dragons digging holes in small tunnels to who knows. But you do find several more of these as you're moving forward, about 5 or 6 of them. Eventually, though, as you come to the last corner, there is actually not a split, it just does turn.
We should be coming up on it in like half a mile.
And as you move forward, it starts to get warmer.
That's not a good sign. How far is Brad? How far are you from me?
I have my hand on your shoulder, so I'm like right
think-
behind.
I think we're getting close to him. And I'm gonna guess he knows we're coming, since the kobolds will know we're here.
You feel steam in this area that seems to be just constantly permeating throughout the walls. And as you get closer and closer through this tunnel, you start feeling small tremors in the ground. They don't seem like much of a big deal at first, but as you progress, they start to get more heavy, and that coupled with a few more traps that you found along the way, you are being more careful, so I need everybody to make a deck save, but I do it with advantage.
Does that mean I get to roll 3 times since I already get advantage?
No.
Damn it. Well, alright. Oh, it's a good thing that defeat or that ability works, because I would be in trouble.
Brad, you're good. Violet, you're good. Tiblet, you're good. Naran, you're good. Owie, I need you to roll dex twice.
Alright, I'm pulling it up. Deck save, right?
Yep. You're good.
Yikers.
Okay.
But kill that man's character every time that he's not here.
Could be worse.
As
Could be
you're all
roasted.
being tossed around by this tremor that just suddenly rocked through the cavern, all of you seem to kind of hold your feet, but Rin is not used to feeling stuff like this. And she falls down, and the floor beneath her breaks away.
Who is she closest to that may or may not be able to try to...
She probably would have been right behind Brad.
Would I have noticed that she fell down?
I think for the sake of things I might have been, since I was patting him on the back.
Yeah, so both of you would have been right there, right? And you both would have heard her yelp before she fell.
Would it be feasible then to try to grab her?
I would say so, because she fell and then hit the trap, so you would notice her falling, so I would say you could, if you want to make an attempt to try and save her before she gets impaled.
What do you want? Athletics?
Roll...
To
This
grab her from the fall?
would be acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Must be a contest of strength to catch her?
No, that would be athletics. It would be a contest of strength to catch her.
Well, right, isn't that what's happening?
No, you're trying to move quickly to catch her.
Ah, well, I clearly didn't move fast enough.
No, you didn't. Violet's like, oh, I'll save you, and Brad just kind of pushes you out of the way and immediately grabs her arm before she falls into the pit. And as you all see, like, the sharpened spikes down below, she's just kind of like breathing heavily as you pull her back up, Brad, and, you know, it's one of those moments where, like, you pull her close to you and then awkwardly back away at the last second.
And tell her she needs to be more careful.
That was close.
And I'm going to get back in line and put my hand back on Tybalt's shoulder.
Okay. Jesus, man, that girl's danger prone.
It's not the first time I've saved people from danger.
And it won't be the last.
So as you're moving forward now through the tunnel, again, still spotting more of these things. You're getting more used to the tremors. A couple more big ones come through, but since you've survived the initial shock, you should be okay. Let's check for Ren again. Since she didn't.
Hey.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's fine. Yeah, Ren's used to it now too. She's like, it definitely doesn't want to fall on any more spike traps. So yeah, she starts making her way without any issues from this point. And eventually, you open up into this huge cavern. Great stone walls that reach up probably 400 feet in the air. You see stalactites that are dripping water from overhead. And there seems to be a small rushing creek that's cutting through the center. But the most noticeable thing out of everything, within this cavern lying before you, are these massive stone walls. These just overwhelming structures that loom in front of you. You can see the very intricate stonework, statues that seem to be carved in the forms of these dwarven faces, windows made entirely out of stone that look to be some kind of battlements, probably for protection. This place looks solid. It is built into the very back wall and seems to be coming out from it.
Would we notice any of the iconography from like Flint, like anything he had?
You can roll history, I suppose, but with disadvantage. Because Flint never really talked to anybody about dwarf shit.
Do we see any writing on the walls or anything like that?
I'll say with that history check, Tibble, you do notice a looks like some kind of not a fresco really, but like a carving in the stone wall. As you're moving closer in, it's written in Dwarvish, and I don't think you speak Dwarvish, do you?
I don't.
Okay. But you do see some pictures depicting what looks to be Duran does.
I do too.
Get to that? Okay. Why do you use... Oh, that's right. We'll get to that in a moment then. But you do see several, what looks to be dwarves and several in heavy armor that seem to be fighting back against something.
What's it look like they're fighting back?
It's... You don't know exactly what it is, but it's some kind of humanoid creature with these great wings. Several of these humanoid creatures with these great wings.
Can anybody read whatever that says on that fresco?
I go up to read it.
Okay.
As do I. I'm interested.
Do you speak Dwarvish too?
Yes, I do.
Damn it. Wait, I think Owie does too.
I don't think so.
You speak like 9 languages.
Shh, those are secrets. No, I don't speak it. But does my safety helmet read it or no?
Yes, it would actually.
Hey.
Yeah, so your special helmet can actually read this as well. I guess Tybalt's the only one that can't.
Nerd.
Because I'm pretty sure Ren can speak Dwarvish as well.
Get back in the loser circle, Tybalt. While the cool kids read this.
She actually does
just let
not.
me know what it says.
She doesn't?
No, she doesn't.
Alright, she can get in a circle too.
Anyway, so as you're looking over this, you see this battle that seems to be taking place between these dwarves and whatever these things are. You see A lot of it doesn't really make sense, but there is one notable passage that you can make out underneath the actual engraving. It says, "Children of the world." Hang on, let me read my notes again.
Somebody wasn't ready for people to speak this language.
No, I was. I just forgot what I wrote down. Oh, okay. It says, "Children of stone, hold steadfast."
Children of stone hold steadfast?
Children of stone, hold steadfast. The time of judgment is near.
The time of judgment is near. Does anybody understand what that means?
That's some ominous shit.
Pretty much.
We're outside of communication range at this point, right?
Yes, you are.
I wonder. It's related to those Stonebeard people. Stone Fist. Remember the
Oh, right. That
the
clan.
group that not Abram, but Flint pissed off?
Oh, so if only we had a resident dwarf here,
I wonder
this
if
might have
it
made sense.
is related.
What a shame.
Well, what do we make of this, y'all? Anybody got anything?
I don't know. Do we notice any like symbols that you would have picked up that were Stonebeard or Flintbeard, whatever the hell that?
I'll say roll investigation.
I'm gonna guess the good old Asia Valentina, I read this somewhere excuse doesn't work.
Probably because you haven't read anything about it.
Sir, I am incapable of reading books.
You can read Braille.
But what about the one with the little bumpies on it?
I don't think those exist.
They do. We've said they do. You tried to read them occasionally. Anyway, Tybalt,
That's some good shit.
as you're looking around, you don't see any iconography that relates to any known dwarf clans that you know of. However, as all of you move further into the compound, as you're looking around at the walls, they're in front of you. Before you get into the actual fortress itself, there is like an entryway, and in front of that entryway there is another larger stone wall that it acts as kind of like a buffer zone that you can go through. But on that wall there is another engraving, another stone carving with several what you can assume to be dwarves that might be classified as heroes to these people, lifting their hands up to some kind of creature.
Are there any dwarvish words, or is it just a picture?
No words. It's just the statue. They seem to be praising this humanoid creature.
And I've never seen the creature before, right?
Let me roll something real quick, actually. Hang on. Roll history for me real quick.
Can I ask Ren for guidance?
Sure.
Nah, I don't need it.
As you're looking at this humanoid form that's staring down at these things, you are suddenly washed with this overwhelming sense of dread. As you start feeling this scratching in the back of your head, there's that voice that you've been hearing while you were staying in Zento, beckoning you towards the sea.
Are you okay? You got really tense.
It almost feels like it's laughing.
Like, is that him? A picture of him?
No, it is not a depiction of him. But it looks very similar. This large black robe that seems to be has some kind of armored plate over it, and with these large claws outstretched, you can vaguely see what looks to be teeth under this tentacled mouth on its head.
Did you say tentacle?
Yes.
I'm going back.
So, I gather it's some kind of sea monster?
It might be. You don't have any context, but something is definitely making you uneasy about this, and it might have something to do with him.
I back away.
Okay.
What is wrong with you?
It's a long story. I don't think we should get into it right now.
I mean, is it safe to continue?
Yeah, I just got a bad feeling about whatever that is.
I feel like that's a relative answer. I mean, we are going towards a dragon. So is it really safe to continue?
I'm not talking about that.
Could that be the reckoning that being said in the scriptures?
What?
When we read that it was the reckoning was coming, could that be the reckoning?
You mean out of Ali's book?
Arson, you said they look like they're praising that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Not fighting it. Like, that's worship.
Yes.
Is it the spaghetti monster?
Yeah,
Kind
well,
of.
is that the depiction the same as the one out front?
The dwarves look the same. But the humanoid figure does not look anything like the others that they seem to be locked in combat with.
So they're fighting winged.
Would I even know what Victory looked like? Or no?
No. Not yet.
So it's possible, like I believe that's him.
I would say based on the history check, you would know that that is not what he would look like, but it could be similar. Because of you don't know exactly what he looks like, but you have heard descriptions of him.
What do you think we're going up against here?
Other than a red dragon, which has me scared enough, I'm fairly
That's-
sure that's one of like Victo's minions, like the sea god. I'll get into how I know that later.
What do we need to know about that thing?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that thing other than the sense of dread I got, and I'm fairly sure it's from him.
What, he like touch you with a tentacle or something?
Kind of felt like it.
In the past?
I guess you could say that. Do you remember my problem with the other guy? The Aldir? You know, not sleeping?
Yeah.
Kind of having that problem again with a different guy.
Huh.
Show me on the doll where the Eldritch Horror touched you.
Do you want to talk about it?
So did you,
I've already talked to Foxy about it. All I know is that's not good. And that's on top of Roy.
so you're connected with whatever that is in some capacity.
Yeah, I don't know how, I don't know why, since I am still Voxy's warlock. Actually, I kind of have some idea why.
You didn't make any packs that you
I
know
did.
of again, did you?
But remember what we talked about a while ago?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I think it's related to that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Since they all made a pact with him, I guess I'm kind of in that group, which is weird because I also have a pact with Voxy.
So
I mean, as of right now, I guess we go forward.
my question would be, we're in a tunnel in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, but there's water like running through it, right?
Yeah, but you said it looked like a squid or some shit. Like that's a sea creature. So maybe at one point in time,
Is it a kraken? Would I know of a kraken if I saw it?
You have seen pictures of krakens, so I would say you would know what a kraken looks like. It's not a kraken.
Well,
On
good,
that
because I've
note-
been holding off on that comment just so that I don't accidentally get it right. Because I know I wouldn't know it.
On that note, I gotta go.
Ah, I had a good time now that this loser's joined.
Well, yeah.
good night.
Good night, guys. Good luck.
Later. I say
Stay
we
safe.
We're gonna
I'll
have to
try.
continue going forward regardless. I guess we can deal with this thing if it pops up. Hopefully, they don't pop up at the same time.
That would be. I don't think that'd be very fun.
I agree. What do you guys think?
Well, let's. I guess tread lightly. And try and be quiet.
That sounds like a viable plan.
Are there any doors or anything in the rock, or like, is it kind of a dead end from here?
So the way it works is there is a entranceway, and then there is that large stone that's kind of sitting there as like a buffer, basically. But you can move to the right or left to go around it and enter into the actual stronghold. And then behind those little offshoots from the stone wall, there is a door. There is a large, what looks to be wooden door.
Is it open?
It is cracked open slightly, yes.
All right, you guys want to head in?
Yeah. I mean, we've come this far.
All right, sounds good. Does it feel like it's warmer through that doorway or anything?
Yes. As you move further and further into this stronghold, it definitely feels much steamier. You do see, like, just pillows of steam that seem to be eking out of the rock around you, leaking through the cracks in the stronghold itself. As you move into the first chamber, you do see stone furniture that seems to be shattered all over the place. There are visible holes in the ground that seem to drop into nothingness, and more steam billowing out of them.
I'm going to turn to the group and ask if there is anybody who has not dealt with any kobolds before.
I haven't.
Nope. Well, I mean, like, don't you guys have, like, that army? You know?
Well, you've never fought a kobold though.
Yeah, that's different though.
Kidnapped.
Those are like domesticated kobolds.
Is there something I should know?
As domesticated as they can be, I suppose.
Is there something I should know about fighting kobolds?
Well, I was gonna say if we do actually get into a civilized conversation, don't try to negotiate too much with.
Why is that?
Because they're hard negotiators.
Did they negotiate in hugs?
I don't think so.
If they're hard negotiators, what do you think this red dragon is going to be like?
I think they'll do whatever he tells them.
Oh, I'm sure of that. I guess we should be careful from here on out, like very careful.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to be aggressive, but you never know.
Alright. As you move into the first chamber, there are 2 doors in front of you. One kind of off to the right and one kind of off to the left.
Are we still in the same marching order?
I'm assuming. Unless you guys
Okay.
want to change it up any.
Didn't he say left, right, left? Have we already done that that second left?
Yeah, we've already done that. We're in the stronghold now. He didn't give me any info once we were here.
What do you see, Tybalt?
2 doors. Are they closed doors or?
They're both closed,
Yeah.
yes.
Can I touch the doors and see if like one's significantly hotter than the other?
Yeah, you can try. Roll investigation.
Let's do that.
As you kind of move between doors to kind of like check the temperature, I mean, it doesn't feel any different from the sweltering steam that's in the area currently. Roll your D4.
Guidance.
Funny, we was talking about that earlier.
Needed guidance before somebody ended up in a Vietnamese spike. Oh wait, no, that was a nat 1, wasn't it?
No, that was a really bad roll, though. I think it was a 2.
Yeah, Rin got saved from death by Brad again, by the
Do you
way.
want me to roll a d4 or Rin?
You.
No, that wasn't that one.
Sorry about that second investigation roll.
That's alright. Yeah, still same thing. You don't really feel anything different out of the ordinary as far as like the steam goes. You do notice that one door is locked and one is unlocked.
What is your gut feeling, Tybalt?
My gut feeling is one door is locked and one door is unlocked. So you guys want to can anyone open this locked one, or are we just?
Is
going
there
to-
any signs?
I don't know. Is there any magic protruding from the doors or anything?
No magic.
Tybalt,
just
is
meant
there,
like a sign
any
above the door.
Are there any tracks on the ground? Like footprints or drag marks or anything? Can anybody look and see?
I I guess I'll look around.
Um,
Are there any
go ahead, sorry.
Are there any dwarvish words?
As far as magical, or just looking for basic rooms?
No, I'm just looking around for like random word that might label the room.
Nothing really. Most of what you see just seems to be decoration.
Naran,
What's up?
you're good at tracking things, aren't you?
To a certain extent, yes.
Do you see any signs of anything moving along through here? On the ground?
What is that, Carson? Perception or investigation?
That would be
Perception?
investigation.
Oh, I thought it was survival.
No.
I'll say for you, you can
he's-
use survival, since you're technically
Oh, okay.
tracking something. There you go. You see what looks to be several small pairs of footprints, but the two that the footprints that you see look slightly different in size. Some of them look to be like booted feet. The others look to be bare claws that seem to kind of lightly be scratching along the surface. The other thing that you notice too is that several places where you think the quote-unquote booted feet are suddenly drop within the dust and are dragged into some of the holes that are in the floor.
Would the booted feet be about the same size as a gnome foot?
You can make that assumption, yes.
Okay. It looks like the gnomes, as you can tell here by the boots, were walking along and dragged into the holes by the kobolds, as you can see by the clawed feet. So we have to be careful of the little hole traps, as there were before, and we'll continue down. How far down do these feet go?
It's hard to tell.
No.
It's so deep you can't even see to the bottom.
Okay.
You said there's drag marks?
Yeah, once to a certain point, say like they get by these little holes, then they're dragged. Like they're caught and dragged. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think, and you said that the clawed footprints are beside them?
Yeah, it looks like they're coming out of the holes,
Huh.
taking them into the holes.
We could have, possibly, prisoners here
Mm-hmm.
if they haven't been eaten.
I mean, they're pretty tiny. Like, would a dragon even want to eat them?
I mean, what do you see to eat around here? Could be the kobolds.
I saw him eat a giant rock earlier.
Yeah, I mean, the kobolds could be eating them. It's a little messed up, but it's a possibility.
Oh, I didn't think of that. That's just morbid.
Well, we need to pick a door, I guess.
About this time, you all feel another tremor.
Oh.
Is it like a mild one?
This one was a little bit bigger.
It was bigger than when we was walking through the steamy area.
Yep.
mean, that kind of makes sense. We're closer. We're most likely closer to it.
So, does it feel like it's coming from behind one door more than the other?
It's hard to tell. The way these tremors have been acting is just kind of like happening throughout the whole area.
Does it feel like it's natural, like the Earth?
I would
Like
say
kinda like an earthquake?
roll nature.
Got it.
Roll your 4. It's not quite natural, but you don't know what would be causing it.
Well, we definitely need to monitor that. But let's
Does
go
anyone
through one
know
of these
how to
doors here.
open a locked door?
I don't think you want me to try. My method of unlocking locked doors is pretty violent.
Okay, unlock door it is. I guess I'm gonna like slowly open the door.
Okay.
I still have my hand on his shoulder, by the way.
Opening the door. And
Slowly.
Brad, you're still on to him. I need you both to make dex saves. Tybalt, as you're opening the door, you feel things start like dust falling from above your head. Brad, you immediately sense danger and yank him back from the front of the door as a cannon drops from the ceiling and crashes into the floor in front of you.
Like an actual cannon?
Yes.
What kind of fucked up trap was that?
What was that?
This just towering
Fucking
iron
cannon.
barrel just slams down in front of you.
Well, I don't think that could have been any louder.
I'm like visibly shaking. So, who's taking point now?
Not it.
I don't mind doing it as long as you don't run me into walls again.
Brad's a bold man.
All right, I'll put my hand on his shoulder.
Okay.
What can I see through the door now that I'm not dead?
In this room that you see currently, there seems to be a table, a wooden table actually, several chairs and things. You can assume that this is probably some kind of dining hall.
Fuck puts a cannon in a dining hall.
The cannon is currently blocking about a quarter of the doorway, though.
Can we still all fit through?
You can still all fit through, but you got to climb over the cannon.
Would it be feasible to push the cannon out of the way?
It's heavy, but you could try.
I'll help him.
If Brad's trying to move it, I'd help him.
Okay. That's a strength save.
Fucking. Oops.
Hey!
Fucking thing is heavy.
Fish that crit, because you're getting advantage.
Oh. There's your crit.
Brad, with Violet and Neron's help, you seem to kind of roll this massive cannon barrel out of the way to where you roll it probably a good 2 or 3 feet out in front of you to where everybody could probably easily walk around it at this point and move out into the room. And as the three of you roll it out into the floor, it suddenly drops through the floor again.
Well, that's good to know.
As there was apparently another spike trap right behind it.
Bye, Mr. Cannon.
Hope there's nobody down there.
Is there any sounds before it hits the ground?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's this loud crash. The trap itself is not that deep. It's probably only about 8 or 9 feet. But the way that it's set up, the cannon just kind of like halfway falls into it, so the barrel's still poking out of it a little bit. But it does completely cover the trap itself to where the trap's no longer a danger.
After all this ruckus, is there any more trimmers?
No.
Okay. I don't mind being informed,
I guess
but
I'll
you
take
guys are
running
gonna
in
have to
for
point out the
response.
trap.
Does a
Yeah, so I
19
can
hit
try to,
red?
like, look in the trap.
Yes.
I need you to roll a con save.
It's a good thing we got that one out of the way.
You take 1 point of damage as an arrow slams into your shoulder from out in the darkness. And
From what?
from out of the darkness, an arrow slams into your shoulder, and as it hits you, you feel sick for a moment, but then you seem to just kind of push the feeling out of your head.
With that, I immediately draw my bow and go to the ready.
What's this?
Can we see what shot us?
Violet, with that perception check, you barely see a red tail that slipped into a hole.
Alright. Guys, something with a red tail.
Fucking kobold.
I'll point out where the arrow came from for anybody that didn't see it get launched.
Okay. Neron, Violet points out a point to back to the back left-hand corner of the dining hall.
I'm just going to take a blind shot in that corner, in that general direction.
Don't do that.
Question: does Rin already have her stuff activated?
The armor and stuff?
Yeah.
No.
Well, she does now.
Okay. Magic Girl spin. Bam, you got your armor on. Neron, roll to hit with disadvantage. Alright.
Which one you gonna take there?
I mean, no, roll damage.
Wait, is this an obligatory give him advantage comment?
Yep.
You, as you fling this arrow into the darkness, Neron, somehow you just you make an assumption that, okay, it's in the hole, I'm going to shoot in the hole. You shoot in the hole, and you hear a sickening thunk as your arrow apparently finds purchase.
Nice shot.
Told you not to shoot at him.
He shot at you.
That's a 2, that's a 13 to hit you, Neron.
No, it doesn't hit.
That's a 6, that's a 4, and that's a 14 to hit Ren.
Not now.
As all of a sudden a hail of arrows start raining out from holes all around the room.
So basically, they're just popping out, shooting, and going back in.
It's hard to tell actually. These things are just coming from nowhere.
To I'm going to speak up in Draconic and tell them that we're here to talk with them and that we don't want to fight them.
You, as the hail of arrows starts to slow down, roll persuasion. Okay. You hear something in one of the holes kind of call back to you, Brad. What you want?
Do I now?
What do you want?
We're here to talk to your boss.
No one sees Tormentor!
Is Tormentor the Great One's name?
No one speaks the Great One's name but we ones.
Fair enough. How can we seek counsel with him?
Offer tribute to her brood.
And what would that require us to do? What kind of tribute is it?
Gifts to add to her hoard.
Does she like anything in particular?
Gold. Ooh. 17 to hit, Brad.
I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
Roll a con save.
Since it's not would it be surprise? Could I catch that one?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch that one. Just throw it in the ground.
Okay.
Very visibly distraught.
Yeah, so it's not going to do. Yeah, because. Alright, so 1 key point. As you suddenly sense an arrow get flung out from the shadows towards you again, Brad. You just quickly catch it and just throw it down into the ground in front of you. And you start hearing laughing all around you.
Is it coming from the kobold or something else?
Roll perception. I mean, you can make the assumption that there's only kobolds in here, so that's probably what it's coming from.
So, are they still listening?
Mm-hmm. They haven't shot you with another arrow, so... Yet.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what this.
What's
16 to
game
hit.
plan?
What?
16 to hit.
That's fail.
Okay. Yep. As another arrow whizzes past your head, Brad, as you're sitting there trying to think.
What, you over there, wherever the voice was coming from before. What would it take for, you guys to actually like us? Or trust us?
You start hearing more cackling coming from out in the tunnels around you.
No one's greater than the Tormentor.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about you.
No one can stand before her.
I'm standing before you.
Nine.
No. Look, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your ammunition. So why don't you just come out and we can discuss it like civilized kobolds.
Roll deception. Now roll persuasion with advantage. You start to see a small form that kind of slides out into the room, as well as probably about 10 more. Actually, you wouldn't see that, but the rest of you would.
Brad, they're coming out. I don't know what you said to them, but I'm hoping we don't die right now.
Good.
The rest of you see several of these small red kobolds. Some of them are kind of clothed in really rudimentary leather armor. Most of them have bows pointed at you. A few of them have daggers. They seem very stalwart against you currently.
Should we be getting ready to fight?
Not yet.
I put my
Are they
hand
the
up to
are they the
right
cute kind of kobold, or are they the not so cute kind of kobold?
I mean, they're kind of cute, but they're feral, so, you know.
Hey, everybody needs hugs. Okay, do not look up cute kobold. You get really bad results.
Right?
We're gonna clear my history after that one. That was smut I wasn't ready for.
Right? Anyway.
Why, boner?
There does seem to be a relatively larger kobold, obviously not that big, but he kind of jumps up on the table in front of you, Brad, and as he kind of clicks across the table towards you with his little claws. He seems to be just sniffing the air all around you.
You're weird.
I know.
Why you smell like blue?
It's a story for another time. So, I take it you guys live here.
Tormentor's Warren's great place to raise family.
I can see that. It seems like this place is very well protected.
Tormentor provides, keeps us safe. You like others, threaten our lives.
And that's exactly why we're here. We're here to protect you.
All of them start laughing.
What was the joke? Was it funny?
You think I'm kidding?
We're safer with the Tormentor. You make good food for her, though.
So, do you guys have any prisoners here that are alive?
She takes no prisoners. She only eats.
What do you guys eat?
What she provides.
As he kind of licks his lips in front of you. And obviously none of you can hear what's going on here, but Kobold looking kind of hungry right now.
Brad, does he want some jerky?
I'm not talking to you right now.
What?
It would require me turning around. Well,
how are negotiations going?
What is your name?
Click.
It's nice to meet you, Click. Are these your family members behind you?
This Click brood.
I see. What is your role for the Great One?
Click patron of family. Head speaker.
You said she likes gold.
Loves it.
How much gold would it take?
Enough to bolster her hoard.
Is she at home right now?
You seek death. If death is what you want, death can be provided.
As he snaps his claws, and you see several bows leveled at you.
Brad, this doesn't seem to be working.
I don't have time.
Okay!
Oh, well, if this is clicking off, I'm gonna flare up. This is where this is going.
That escalated quickly.
I guess.
Well,
negotiate, you know,
the
or
GIF I posted really hits differently, don't it?
Collective deck save for kobolds, and they have shit for dexterity. They know they don't. They're kobolds. Hang on. Wait, how much damage did you roll, though?
14.
As he melts everything in front of him for 20 feet.
He kills the whole family right here now.
Yeah, it doesn't even fucking matter. As you pull your hands together and unleash this torrent of holy energy in front of you, the room is engulfed in light as every single fucking kobold in the room is evaporated.
dude, you just murdered all the kobolds.
What the fuck, Brad?
What happened to don't fight the kobolds?
That wasn't much of a fight, I don't think.
Oh, so it's do as I say, not as I do?
That was going nowhere. Trust me.
From what I saw, it looked like he was inviting us to dinner, licking his lips.
No, they was planning on eating you.
Oh, that was a good move then.
Yeah.
What did they say
I would
about
say
the
check
drink?
the main one's body and let's move along.
A hail of arrows starts flooding out of the holes around you all now. None of them hit, but you're being rained down on.
Where are the holes at?
Time to
Oh,
leave.
Inside the room?
Is
in
there
the
like
room?
a door on the other side of this room?
There is a door on the other side. Actually, there are two. One to the right and one to the left.
Left it is. Can we check for traps on the way, or is that too soon?
Yes, you can. I would say roll investigation.
From everybody looking, or just the lead guy?
Hang on. Tybalt with an 18, Violet with an 18, Brad with a 17.
Yes, from me.
Yes.
Is this more arrows?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw mine right back where it came from.
Okay. So yeah, another key point. So you catch it and throw it. As I roll to hit, just roll d20 plus your strength, I guess.
Doesn't somebody have that, like, infinite water bottle thingy?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, flood these guys out.
That hits.
And
That
they're
dude's
homes.
dead.
Where is the holes?
Hold up. I need Violet and Tybalt to make con saves.
Oh boy.
Violet, you pass. Tybalt, as you get hit with one of these arrows, you're both going to take 2 points of damage from these things. Tybalt, you feel sick again.
I guess this is more than 2 hours from when I took it that last.
Yes, it is.
Alright, I'm down another antivenom.
Okay. Down the drain of venom, and the poison seems to lift from you. Violet, you seem fine.
How
Okay,
much
now,
damage do I take?
what do you want to do from this point? You've got 2 doors in front of you.
Where are the holes?
The holes are all around the room. A lot of them seem to be up higher up in the ceiling, and they're extremely small.
I'm just gonna try to open the left door.
Okay. Roll investigation. It doesn't look trapped, but it is locked.
It's locked, boys.
Is it made of wood?
Yes, it is made out of wood.
Brad, karate chop it. It's
You
not
think
trap.
we can break it? Temple, you think we can break through the door?
I know I can't. I'm weak as fuck. Maybe you
Okay,
got.
I'm gonna try to kick this door down.
Okay, roll strength.
Ouch.
Yep, Brad, you don't completely hurt your hand, but you can't punch that thing.
Not like that, silly. Like this.
Violet, you just, like, giant... Are you raging right now?
No, no.
Yeah, somehow you just... Oh, actually, you got your hammer. We'll just say that you take Iris and just explode the door inwards.
Knock, knock.
And as wood splinters inside, let's see... 20, 6, and 10. Okay, so that is a nat 20 on Duran and a 17 on Ren.
Oh, miss.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 misses.
Nat 20 misses. I have nat 20 armor.
Neuron,
Nat 20 proof.
Neuron, you're gonna take... Well, it's not nat 20 proof, it's just... Neuron, you're taking 6 points of damage as you get hit by an arrow, as you all are trying to make it into this room, and I need you to make a con save with disadvantage.
Why didn't we flood them out?
Because he said it was up high.
Ooh.
There's no holes in reach?
Doesn't it spray like a geyser?
You do
Yeah,
manage to
it's like
pass, though.
60 gallons.
What'd you say, Carson?
You do manage to pass. As you get pegged by another one of these arrows, it hits you right in the back as you're all running through. You rip it out of your back, though, and kind of shrug the poison off. And as you make it into the next room, this next room is much smaller, and it appears to be a pantry.
Is there some num-nums?
You could call it that if you like the form of half-eaten gnome bodies.
I was gonna say, I don't think you want to eat anything in there.
It's not num-nums.
There are corpses from what looks to be the missing gnome miners that are strewn all about this room. Some of them are half put in barrels, some of them are laying on tables. They're just chewed to shit. It smells horrible in here.
We should have gone right.
Double, this is the wrong door.
Thank you.
Can I take a barrel or two and put in front of the door and use that as cover?
You can.
Because I want to start returning fire at these dipshits.
Okay.
Gnome.
I will say you place a barrel in front. That will give you guys half cover for the time being.
How far is the other door?
It is probably about 6 or 7 feet away from you. To your
Is there another?
left currently.
Is there another exit point in this room, or is the door we came in the only way?
No. It is just this is a stone chamber. Neuron, you want to start shooting back?
I do.
Roll to hit.
I try to flood one of the holes when you're done.
Roll damage. Okay, you have a second attack. That hits, and yeah, as you fling 2 more arrows, you see 2 kobold corpses drop out of the holes that are in front of you across the room. Let's see, you are currently up front, and you have half cover, so that's a +2 to your AC, so that 19 is probably going to miss.
I'm sorry, what?
You have half cover, so you have +2 to your AC, and you're up front, and you 19. Does that hit?
A 19 hits, yes.
19 hits. Okay. 16. 16. And that one. So
what happens with the net one?
we'll see. So Naran, I need you to roll a con save again.
Well, what?
Roll another con save. All right, you pass. And you're going to take 1 point of damage as another arrow slings into your shoulder. After you fling these arrows out, and then another hail of arrows just kind of rolls over your head as you duck down behind this barrel. A few of them slam into the barrel itself, till one whizzes past your face and seems to shatter a wooden crate, or not crate, but like a barrel lid that was kind of leaning up against the wall, and you see another one of these cracks that looks like a kobold hole.
I'm gonna stick the chalice of ever-flowing water and yell geyser.
Okay.
Gotta flush them out like gophers.
Suddenly, there is this eruption of steam that's coming from these holes, and as you hear, all of a sudden, water just erupts into the room in front of you, as steam pours out, and these kobolds start to just drift into the middle of the room as the place is flooding full of water currently. The barrel's holding some of it back, but it does seem to be leaking around you currently, Naran, as water is now pouring out of the ceiling.
You can put the cap back on it.
It is still squirting?
Yeah, you haven't stopped it.
Put the cap on it!
I put the cap on it.
Okay. You stop it eventually. The room is now probably about a quarter full of water on the other side.
You said they're in the middle of the room?
Yeah, they
How
all
many
seem to have kind of like flushed into the room now.
How many are there?
30?
What room? The room's full of water?
Yes.
Well, guys, do we...
Can you do the knuckle thingy again?
How far spread out are they?
They're just at various points around the room. The room itself is probably about 80 to 90 feet wide.
Yeah, I'm gonna fireball the room.
Okay.
Okay. I was going to ask if we wanted to give them the option of surrender, but I guess it's not.
Alright, roll your fireball.
Surrender in it. What the...
Whoosh. Ain't even no sense in even doing it. Even half damage is gonna melt freaking kobolds.
Yeah, right. Well, except... Well, okay, so here's the funny thing. They passed, so they only take 15. They're red, so they have fire resistance. But 7 still kills them, so...
I also forgot, like, I only fired it as level 3 spell. It's supposed to be level 5. So it's supposed to be 2 more D6.
Wait, you cast it at level 5?
I only can cast a level 5, right? Like,
oh, that's right.
Whoosh.
Warlocks.
Now we're in a sauna.
Yeah, as this... Tybalt, as you launch this ball of flame out into the room, there is this boom as hot water is blown back into the room itself, coating all of you. I don't think you guys actually need to make anything for that. Yeah, because the barrel's there, so you'll be fine. It is quite steamy though, and a little bit scalding, but you don't take any damage from it. You seem to have taken out probably about 12 of the kobolds.
About what?
About 12 of them. There's 18 left. As they're starting to get back up on their feet now.
How close are they to us?
They are probably about 30 feet away from you now.
Okay.
Spread out across the room. Probably about 5 to 10 feet between each of them.
Well, we might as well finish this up at this point. Peace was never an option, I suppose.
Taking a shot.
Okay, roll
I
hit.
ain't got nothing.
That hits. Roll damage. Alright, roll hit again. That hits, roll damage. And that's another one. Owie's gonna go right along with you.
I'll throw 2 darts as well.
So much violence. Why?
We tried to talk to them. They weren't about that life.
You suck.
God, even with fucking
My
sharpshooter.
God!
Oh my God.
How do you crit a kobold? How filthy can you be?
We'll just say that with that nat 20, you take out 2 kobolds at once.
How many
As
are left at this point?
7 kobolds have dropped now. There are 6 left.
Well, I mean, if we're all doing this, yeah, yeet.
Okay, that hits.
Oh,
I mean, it's dead.
yeah.
Roll the hit again, if you want.
You know what? Why not?
Hits.
Yeah.
And that's dead too. And so there's only 3 kobolds left at this point. And as they see the bloodbath that's happening around them, they quickly climb up into the holes in the walls, and they are gone. The water in the room now is stained red as it's pooling up around your feet with the blood of probably about 40 kobolds that you guys have killed.
So I don't think the dragon's gonna be very fond of us.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be great if that negotiation goes this well.
Can we investigate the kobolds to see if we find anything?
Sure.
Pillage the corpses.
You don't find anything else other than like rudimentary arrows and knives and things like that.
And with that, I also want to go back. What that? Pick up my arrows.
Okay.
What's the?
Do I want to know what that noise was?
What?
Oh,
That was my
Half.
I need to Pam it again.
Get some WD-40. you
6,
fucking-
3. Okay.
Did you say you panned your chair?
Yeah, I didn't have any WD-40, so I sprayed cooking oil on it.
Do I get any of those javelins back?
Yes, you get all your javelins back. Naran, you get all your arrows
Yes.
back except for the 2 that you shot into the holes before. So all the arrows you shot minus 2. Brad, you get your darts back if you want them.
Well, Brad, if that is your negotiation skills, this dragon
That was.
will
I
be...
told you they're hard to talk to, and that was going nowhere.
That's fair.
But we know where all the gnomes are at.
You take your advantages when you have them.
How particularly fond are dragons of their kobolds? Do they care?
They typically don't give a shit.
Oh, well then there might be hope yet. Because this was an atrocity if I've seen one.
Can we? How about investigating the gnomes
Yep,
in
go
the
ahead.
barrels?
Yep. What you find on them, you do find some identifier cards that link them to Sector 1. There are also mining picks and things that seem to be left around, a few helmets, their working clothes that are just in tatters at this point, and again, corpses that are just chewed and ripped to pieces.
Is there any like identification of any that we can tell names or something? Joe, Bill, Bob, Larry, Mary.
The cable
no,
guy?
There's no identifier cards that you can see from here.
Okay.
How many bodies do we think that's there?
Roll medicine.
They're all there.
Brad, the mountains of corpses that you've been piling up lately gives you an exact count of how many bodies are in this room. There's about 9. Even though they're all mutilated, you can, count by the number of limbs and things that are in the area.
Okay, so what's the guess number count of the dwarves?
Say it again.
The dwarves, or the not dwarves, the gnomes. That's what I was asking. Like, how many, like, the gnomes in the room that are like been eaten and mutilated and stuff? How many can we guess are in there?
I said 9. You know
Okay,
exactly. That
I didn't
9.
hear that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Okay.
You're kind of cutting out again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my issue. Sorry. Yeah, there's 9. For sure, there's about 9.
So, shall we check the other door?
Seems like the way to go.
Alright, gonna check the other door.
Okay, roll investigation as you're wading through this sea of blood.
I think it's a door.
Could be a door. Doesn't seem to be anything.
What are you doing? Is there something wrong with that door?
It's a door?
Your head looks like it's about to explode.
I don't know.
Can I check the door?
Yes.
What are we checking the door for?
See if it's trapped.
Oh,
See if it's locked.
Don't know if it's trapped. It is locked, though. Not sure if it's trapped.
Is it also made of wood?
It is.
It's locked, guys. Who's gonna open up this one?
do we not have anybody with like a lockpick in this group? Wow. To take that silence as a no. Why is it the last person I'd expect to have?
Why does Ren have thieves' tools?
Exactly.
Because she lived on the streets for a while. Sorry.
Alright, cool.
I
Let's
had,
calm down over here.
I had to do some things that I'm not necessarily proud of.
Like
You
said,
get ready to do things that you're gonna be proud of?
What?
Priestess of Adonis? Or Donna, or whoever?
Thomas? That's something to be proud of, not breaking and entering. How do you think I got in that farmhouse?
Okay.
through the front door.
Exactly. That was locked.
So I'm gonna stand here at that door as it's being opened.
Okay.
Since nobody was able to discern.
Well, no, that was just to unlock it.
It is now unlocked.
And then, back up, please.
Rin, who is very quick and good with her hands, apparently, opens the door with no issue.
lots of practice with the hands.
Yeah.
Be ready. Door's gonna fly open. As I backed up, obviously.
As there is a of air that rushes into the room as this door slings open. Nothing happens. And,
What's in the room ahead of us?
as the water in the room now starts to kind of equalize into the next room as this bloody water spreads out before you, there is a large. What would this place be called exactly? It's not a throne
Why
room.
isn't the water go?
Hmm?
I got a question. Why isn't the water going into the main hallway where the cannon fell?
Oh, it is.
Okay,
But there's a lot
that's
of
a
water.
lot of water.
There's a lot of water.
Is it getting turned to steam slowly too?
Yes, it is actually.
Woohoo.
Bloody steam. So, what is this? What would this place be called exactly? It's not the throne room exactly. It's before that. I'm blanking on the name.
The commode room.
What?
We'll just say it's like a grand foyer, basically, into the actual throne room.
Or an antechamber.
Yeah, there you go. That would be what it is.
Is this place dry enough where we could like wipe our feet off?
There is a rug that's not currently being soaked, and as you move further out into the room, it would be good.
Well, let me put it to you this: when we get to a place where it's dry, I would like to dry off my feet.
Okay.
Well, thankfully I wasn't wearing my mother's dress, so this would have been an atrocity. All of itself. I don't think my mom would have forgave me.
How big's the room?
This room is significantly bigger than the actual dining room. It is probably about 200 feet in length and about 70 feet. Well, no, excuse me. 70 feet in length, 200 feet across from where you are. The place that you entered, it is much longer than where you came in.
Is there any like statues or paintings or anything on the walls?
Hang on. There are these great tapestries actually that seem to be hanging over the walls inside. And again, that beautiful red carpet that's still on the stone floor. The stonework on the floor itself is this amazing polished marble. Very intricate stonework that makes up the actual floor itself. Different colored marble actually in places. This seems to have been placed here purposefully. These large stone columns that rise up into the ceiling. These ceilings probably 300-400 feet high. This place is huge. Yeah, just massive antechamber.
Is it significantly hotter in this room than the previous room?
It is much warmer in this room, as well as you start feeling more of those tremors.
Are there any doors or anything like that that lead into any other rooms?
There is another door at the very end of the hallway that leads kind of back to the way that you came. It's on the same wall, basically. But in the middle of the large room, there is a larger wooden door, probably, I want to say, 70 feet high. It looks like it leads forward.
Is it closed?
Yes, it is.
Which way do we want to go?
I think we want to go toward that really big door. Does there look like there could be any...
How do we want to get there? Straight through the middle? Along the sides?
I guess straight through the middle. Does there look like there's any like false floors or like traps of any?
Roll investigation real quick. Sorry, I'm dealing with something right now.
Looks good. Looks good.
Yeah, nothing you can see.
All right, I'm gonna walk that way.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder again and follow him.
I'm gonna lag behind a little bit.
Okay. Who's opening the door?
I'm just going to the door. I'm not opening it yet. Am I at the door safely?
Yes, you are there currently, safely.
Well, the way he said that means there's something up with that door.
This is a 70-foot door. There's probably something big on the other side of this. As Ren states the obvious.
I'm just gonna look at her and smile.
Brad, this is where you shine.
Do dragons usually speak common?
They can.
Is it a they can when they want to?
Yeah. But they kind of view it as like a dirty language.
I'll speak bear to him.
I don't think
can we
we'd be
check
very
the
receptive to that if
70-foot
it's
door for
stupid.
traps or if it's locked?
Sorry, say it again?
Check the door if it's like trapped or locked.
Yeah, roll investigation.
I don't think we can open this door.
Seems fine. It's just really heavy.
I think it's going to take a bunch of us to push this open.
Is there anything inscribed on it or etched in it?
From what you can feel, there is this very beautiful work that seems to be done into the wood itself. Again, depicting more of those quote-unquote dwarven heroes. And you do see the visage of that creature again. Not the full body, but just the face of it at the very top of the door.
Guys, is this
Just
one
that
of those
creature
like
or like dwarves worshiping it again?
It's just the picture. The dwarves don't seem to be worshiping it. It's almost as if like these are faces of dwarven heroes that they had put on this door.
guys, is this door like a push-pull kind of door? Or is it a sliding door? What is it? What does it look? You got handles.
Do you want us to roll an investigation for that, or
No, you can tell. It's got these massive handles on the front of it. But even then, like even with the handles, you do notice that it does open inwards, and it's probably going to take all of you to push it open.
We're definitely gonna have to push that, like all of us.
Well,
We all know it's probably on the other side of this, right?
yeah, might as well quit delaying the inevitable. Are we ready? Is anybody banged up from all that fighting?
No, I think Moran took the worst of it. He looks okay. Do you look okay, Naran?
Got a few holes here and there. Cuts and got a couple of cuts and holes.
All right, well, I don't really know what we're about to get into, but are we ready?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's start pushing.
Okay. I need a group.
Is there? Hold on, B. Is there like any like column or chair or something that I can like duck behind while they're opening the door to cover them?
You're not going to help them push the door open?
Huh?
You're not going to help them push the door open?
Probably going to need your.
Oh, all of us have to put. Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Don't know how much help I'll be, but okay.
All right.
So, yeah.
Cool. Nice strength save.
Group strength check for everybody.
And I'm going to give guidance to myself.
Roll your d4.
See, I told you I should have just sat there
A strength
in my
check.
arrow.
Y'all suck at this.
So 13, yay. Oh, that's pretty good for a little Ren. She doesn't have muscles.
Brad, why does it feel like we're the only
Oh,
ones?
why
doing
did I
it?
do strength save? God dang it. There.
Never mind.
Well, Naran made up for that lack with that nat 20 there, so...
And you wanted to be lazy.
Yeah, Tybalt, Ren, and wait, was it just Tybalt and Ren? Yeah, it was just Tybalt and Ren. Okay, yeah, Tybalt and Ren, you were pushing as well. Fuck, I forgot to roll for Allie. Hang on.
Allie.
With her -1 in strength.
That's what I have, a -1. And my guidance, I got it up to a 13, so power to me, dang it.
Yeah, so Ren, you kind of like start pushing as hard as you can, and even though you're wheezing a little bit, you manage to contribute. Tybalt, why the fuck are you even doing this? Naran, but you, Violet, and Brad seem to kind of push the brunt of the work. And as this large door, you start pushing and pushing and pushing, and eventually it just starts to open slightly. You manage to get a space of probably about 2 or 3 feet open to where all of you can move through. As it opens up into this chamber.
I want you to get the proper visual of what's going on with Ren, too. Mr. Squeakers has ran out onto her hand and is pushing the wall, and Nibbles is pushing down by her feet.
Of course.
Ridiculousness.
You got some help from your furry friends.
That was your guidance.
That was my guidance.
Good guidance, actually. It helped. Your mouse and ferret pushes. So, as you walk into this chamber, what you see in front of you is there are these large holes in the floor again. that you see that kind of lead into nothing, steam billowing out of them, rubble all over the place. There is this huge circular platform that what you can assume looks to be some kind of throne area, like where a throne would be. And all around this room is gold. Everywhere.
Do I see blueprints of anything anywhere?
Not from what you can see here. But there's treasure everywhere, just as far as your eyes can see. It is flooding this room.
Guys, I think we found a sword.
Well, that's nice. Is there anything else in the room?
There's no dragon in the room, right?
Roll perception.
You need to percept if there's a big ass dragon in this room.
Probably.
It would be under the treasure. Oh my god.
Oh. Use your perception.
We're all looking, so shouldn't we all roll?
Yeah, if you're all looking, then I'll roll.
Alright, my internet just dropped, came back.
Guidance.
What I missed? What am I rolling?
There's no way it's this hard to see a big ass dragon.
Could be under the treasure. You ever see the movie with Spock in it?
I'm gonna throw up detect magic.
Literally hides under all the gold and
Magic
shit.
from this and everything.
You do sense some magic that seems to be coming from under the treasure, but it's hard to pinpoint at this point in time. As far as in the room, there's nothing, no magical creatures or anything that you sense. However, Brad, you feel something else out in the room. Rin, Naran, the two of you catch glimpses of smaller tails that seem to kind of dart between the treasure.
There's something out there.
I'm gonna slide into cover.
Okay.
How many? Describe to me what you saw.
Just little tails moving quickly.
How many?
Good question. Let me think. How many of those?
You saw probably two.
At least two.
Was there a color to those tails?
They did look red.
Definitely red.
I'm
Carson.
gonna look at Tibble and I'm gonna say, "Dragon has kids."
What?
Huh?
Like baby dragons?
That's what it sounds like.
This is gonna fucking kill us.
I can use my little my one shift move without raging, right?
Yeah, you can.
My mother's protection.
Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay. Yep. You Hulk out, your clothes rip, and as you get bigger, all of you overhead see that there, a point off in the distance, there is light slightly streaming into this cavern. That's suddenly darkened as you feel wind rushing in.
Do we have the ability to try and hide?
Yeah, if you guys want to hide, you can. So roll stealth for everybody.
I want
Yep.
Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna
Oh God.
out of character. I'm just gonna go sit out in the middle of the freaking room.
And I'm like sitting right behind him.
Nope. He's just noped out. Hang on.
Jeez.
Cool.
I'm not even gonna guidance that. It's so terrible.
Okay, so let me roll severity on Brad. So as Tybalt, Violet, and Ron, all of you start to kind of duck behind cover to try as soon as you see this thing flapping in. Brad, you trip and fall out in the middle of the room. And Ren, obviously, with all the times that Brad has saved you, you instinctively try and go and help him.
So I fall 90 feet ahead?
What?
Big ass room. We're still by the door.
I mean, you're not falling 90 feet ahead, but you're out in the middle of the room still. Like
You're just in the middle of the room.
You're visible. Okay. God damn, dude. Anyway.
Are you okay?
So far.
And as you help pick him back up, here's something that sounds similar to that, actually. As this loud rumble crashes into the room and slams down on that round pedestal in front of you. Hang on.
Ooh, he's got a map.
As this strangely sweet voice calls down to you, Brad and Ren.
In Draconic.
In Draconic.
Okay.
I don't understand a thing.
Who is this that dares to enter the chamber of my brood? As a toothy grin ekes out across this dragon's face, looking down at the two of you in the middle of the room. And that is where we will end for tonight.
Okay.
Dun dun dun. So the rest of us are on the cover, except for Brad. Who?
Ren.
Ren?
Yeah, I say we finish this dragon.
You know what? I hope the breath happens in this configuration, because it will again be something that I've avoided when I'm supposed to take it. like in Ali's campaigns on Thursday, I'm supposed to eat these cones of whatever, and I'm always getting missed. Like I have that evasion as the rogue, and I have the ring of cold resist, and I'm still dodging these cone of colds.
Ren looks at Brad. Time for us to peace out. Dimension door, we're gone. Good luck, everybody else.
I turn left now. Good luck, everyone.
That's what basically what would happen. Like, time to go.
So, above game, what exactly are we looking for here? I know that it was mentioned last week. Wasn't there a specific something that we were looking for?
There's blueprints to like dwarven, gnomish tech.
Oh,
Also, we want them to stop. Want her to stop killing.
Yeah. Basically, you guys have found that she has been killing, like, random people out in the desert. Obviously, y'all found all those corpses that the kobolds had killed. There is dwarvish technology in here, probably somewhere in this treasure hoard that you could look for. And you were also mentioned too that there is a mithril vein that they could get to if they could get through here, but they can't drill through the
I
actual
remember
fortress itself. So,
Yeah. I just knew that there was something specific that we was looking for. And also is in your campaign is dragon breeding, like traditional dragon breeding,
Like how?
or like you know, typically it takes 2 dragons to make baby dragons.
I think that was something you'd have to roll for, but you'd have advantage on it.
Okay. You mean like roll now?
I mean, we're out of session now, but I guess if you want
I
to.
know. What would that even be?
It would be nature. So roll nature if you want. I mean, you know, typically that it does take more than one dragon for sure. I won't go into any of the subtle nuances to it because there are some interesting things about it, but typically there is a man and a woman dragon.
Okay, that's kind of what I was like thinking.
True dragons do lay eggs, however, male dragons can breed with anyone.
Male dragons do what?
They can breed with anyone. Females too, actually. They all can. They can breed with anybody, but it's usually only done through use of polymorph. But to get actual dragons, dude dragon, dragon egg. There you go.
Yeah, I just had this terrible vision of this was not the dragon we encountered the other day. This is a different one. There's 2 big dragons here.
It's definitely a concern you might need to have.